Welcome to Pishi Bomba, and I'm your host Claire Karatu. Now what we do here on the show is we have you tell us a meal that you have dreamed of making, and we welcome you to this set at the Pneumatic Kitchen on James Gishuru, and we show you how to make this meal step by step. Now I'm particularly excited about the lady who suggested a meal that is my personal favorite. I can order this and I can make it at home every day if I could. So joining us on set, you'll be finding out in just a bit and what exactly we'll be making. Now, a lot of people do enjoy the taste of it, but do they really know how to make it? I'm excited because what we'll be making on set, a special guest suggested. Please join us on set and tell us what you'd like us to make. Yay! Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much for suggesting this. Now, please tell our viewers who you are and what it was that you decided that you want to learn how to make.
My name is Wamboi Marion.
Yes.
I suggested that we make biryani because I really love biryani. I eat biryani a copious amount of times.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to cook it.
Okay.
And I'm also not a huge fan of cooking. I love watching cooking shows and all that.
Yeah.
So I just decided to challenge myself.
Yay! I love the challenge. Now, do not be scared by the amount of ingredients that are here. I know there are quite a few, but it's a very easy recipe to make, okay? Now, she suggested mutton biryani. There is chicken biryani, beef biryani, but you can basically just replicate the recipe with the different cut of meat, right? All right, now we're gonna start right away. Here in the kitchen, we're gonna ask you to please just wash your hands. I'll be giving you an apron so that we just make sure that she leaves the kitchen as she came. Not having splatters of food, especially biryani, because it gets to that rich, lovely brown color. Now, what is your favorite biryani? We'd love to know. My personal favorite is the mutton biryani, which we will be making today. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is, because biryani without the onions is not biryani. So we've got some oil here, but I will help you with this. My hands are also clean. We've got some water going. And before we go to the frying of the onions, I'm just going to tell you the ingredients that we have here, okay? We've got some lemon, some rice. We've got blended tomatoes. I just blended it with a bit of water. We've got some grated carrots. All right, we've got some natural yogurt. Please, msiende kununua zile za vanilla alafu mtumie. Now, if you don't have yogurt, maziwa mala pia inafaa. If you don't have maziwa mala or yogurt, then you can get milk. Squeeze some lemon juice in your milk, then let it sit. Alafu it will coagulate, itakuwa kama lala. Alafu, we've got some salt. We've got some cardamom powder. We've got some food color, which we've just mixed a little bit of water. Alafu mutton, ambayo umeulizia. We've got some chili. Now, with these spices, I don't know if you can just take a smell. It's just take a whiff of that, yeah? Now, what we've done with these is we've roasted the spices. We've roasted cumin, cloves, clovers, and some cinnamon. And then we ground those spices. I love to roast them because it brings out the richness of the spice. I mean, you can instantly smell the biryani once you do that, right? Yeah. It's basically what they use for pilau as well. My secret ingredient is sugar. I know it's different, but just work with me here. We've got some turmeric, Spanish paprika, and some garlic powder. And of course, my favorite duo, garlic ginger paste. All right, so what we're going to do, I'll help you with this, is you've got our onions, which we've just sliced into rings, not too fat, not too thin. You can see that, so that they can evenly cook. And I'll do this part for you, and then you want to just, yes, I'm used to being burnt. So for me, it's going to be easier. And then what we'll do is we'll just make sure that they turn lovely golden brown. All right, now we finally have our onions fried. Now, I think we need to put a disclaimer and say that Be very, very patient when you're frying your onions, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna put those aside for just a bit, and then we're gonna put in our rice to start getting ready, okay? We've got our water. As you know, it's 1 portion rice, 2 portions water. I'm just going to season our water just a bit, a little bit of salt, and then what I'll do is throw in 2 sticks of cinnamon, whole cinnamon, straight into the water.
Okay.
And then we'll add our rice, Our rice will go straight into the water and we'll wait for that to cook, okay? Now, as that's going, I'm gonna ask you to please join me over here because we're making biryani and you're going to make it too. Now, this is a sauce that goes with that lovely colored rice that we'll be making. So what we'll start with is we're gonna heat our pans. Please take the oil so that we can pour in our tablespoon of oil. 2 tablespoons of oil should be fine, yeah. There you go, wonderful. Now we're using vegetable oil. You can use any oil that you use for cooking. It will work just fine. Now as that begins to heat up, please pass the cuts of meat that we have. There we go, thank you. Now what we have here is our chopped mutton. You can use on the bone or off the bone. It's absolutely fine. I like on the bone because you get a little bit of that meat that you can tear apart. And it's always sweeter closer to the bone, no?
Yeah, true.
All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our mutton into the fire, into the pot, into the oil. Be careful.
Straight in?
Yes, just straight in. Just straight in. And then immediately you want to take your salt. Now you want to basically just like tumbukiza. Almost like putting everything inside the pan. You want to go in with your salt. Okay, I'm just going to put 2 nice scoops. 2 nice scoops. Make sure they're a nice handful. Yeah. Go ahead. Yes, there you go. Add another one because the essence is to make sure you have flavor. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, just give that a nice fry, a nice stir. So make sure your pan is nice and hot, people. All right, now we're gonna give that a mix, get a nice char on there. On very, very high heat is what you're looking for. I'm just gonna put just a little bit of black pepper, also known as pili pili manga.
Can I do this?
Yes,
I don't trust myself.
Go ahead. Now this is Spanish paprika. I'm just gonna put just a little bit. There you go. And a little bit of turmeric, not too much. And it's not, these are optional spices. The most important spice of all, which we're going to be adding in just a bit, is this spice right here. Where you have your cloves, your clovers, your cardamom, and your cinnamon sticks that we roasted and we grinded, okay? Sorry. Now at this point is just going to make sure that the meat is nice and ready. You want to make sure that it's cooked in those spices nicely. You want to just give it a nice toast. And the good thing about mutton is it tenderizes very, very fast. I've seen some who put raw cocoa on it and it tenderizes the meat very, very, very fast. But because we're trying to make a fast biryani, we'll just fry it, right? Okay. You're good? Yeah. How are you feeling? Looking good?
Yeah, looking good.
Looking good, yeah. Fantastic. All right, please hand me the carrots. Thank you very much. And at this point, like I said, we're just gonna begin to throw everything in there, okay? All right, now I'm just gonna cover this rice just to make sure that it cooks nice and slow and just keep that going. I'm gonna leave some space so it doesn't pour on us there. All right, now we're gonna add our carrots. This again is optional. So I'm gonna go ahead and add just a pinch of it. I mean, not a pinch, sorry, half of it. Half of it goes in. You can go ahead and do the same. And I'm just gonna begin to cook that, the carrot, just to make sure that it cooks completely. You want to make sure that it breaks up completely, right? And give that a lovely, lovely mix. All right, a little bit of everything is going in. Please pass me the garlic ginger paste. There you go. Thank you. Now, garlic ginger paste that we've ground into a nice smooth paste, you can go ahead and add about 1.5 tablespoons just straight in there. And then at this point is where I want to add my tomato paste. Sorry, I'm taking you very fast. Are you okay? How are you feeling so far?
I'm catching up.
You're catching up, yes?
Yeah.
But basically it's just like making a stew. And now there's different versions of biryani, but some of them use a lot of tomato paste.
Okay.
It's not that necessary, but it does give a lot of flavor. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of that tomato paste, actually 3.5. Okay. 3.5 based on the fact that I do have a lot of meat, right? So you just want to measure according to your meat. Now we're just gonna give this a lovely mix, and basically what we're trying to do is just get those flavors going. All right. I think it smells good. It smells good so far. It smells fantastic. Nice. Yeah, I love it. We've not even added the best part of it all. Did you get 3.5 tablespoons?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay, fantastic. The best part, this spice right here that we ground. I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon, and as you can see, I'm sort of putting it straight to the sufuria. So I want the oil to sort of start to cook.
So I move this
move it. It's fine. It's not necessary. It's just something that I like to do, where you sort of continue to cook out the spice. All right, and I'm gonna give that a lovely, lovely mix, and just mix that up in there. Now this is the beauty of it all. Isn't it smelling fantastic?
It smells so good.
I love a good biryani. I love a good mutton biryani. It's going to be great, especially now when we add the tomato, and then the tomato will cook in there and just completely reduce, so that you have that thick, lovely sauce.
It smells so good.
It smells fantastic.
And it looks really nice.
It does, doesn't it? Thank you. Yeah. All right, now please pass me the onions that we took forever to fry. Now, I was asked a question, do you cook? Yes, labor of love. Yeah. Do you cook with raw onions first? Now you can. Or you can just simply opt to, that's why we did so many, to just go ahead and add this already cooked onions that we've done straight into our pan. So I'm just going to take about 2 big heaped, you know, handfuls of that onion, and then just give that a mix. There you go, straight into that.
I feel like my hips are bigger.
They are. It's okay. Let me tell you, you can never go wrong with some good onion. All right, now I'm just going to give this a taste just to see if we need to add a little bit more salt. Ooh, it's almost perfect. I can already have it like that. Do you need to add more salt? It's nice, isn't it? It's perfect. Yeah. All right, now we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit more of a stir. Oh, that's actually really good. And then we're going to go on a short break, and we'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Pishi Bomba. Now we have been in the kitchen, and the dish of today is a lovely, delicious mutton biryani. We've had our rice going, and now we're just making sure that our rojo is perfectly seasoned and absolutely delicious. Yes? Yes. So far, so good?
Yeah, so far, so good.
Not too hard, isn't it?
Yeah, not too hard.
Not too hard at all.
Easier than I thought.
Easier than you thought. Okay, now I'm just gonna add a little bit of iliki, cardamom, because like I told you in the roasted one, I took out most of the iliki because I don't like chewing like you're eating grass. Yeah. Basically, yeah, it's very dry, so you just want to take that out. So I'll just add for you just a teaspoon of iliki, just to make sure we have that lovely cardamom flavor. Okay? Now the best part, please pass me the tomato sauce, which we've blended tomatoes. And what we're going to do is you're going to add some heaped scoops. Just make sure you've mixed it, because sometimes the water does settle at the bottom.
Should I put to the spoons or pour it?
Yes, just whichever. You can pour some in.
Try.
Yeah, just go ahead and pour some in. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and add some more. Go ahead and add. There you go. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and also add the rest to mine. And what we'll do is continue to give that a mix. So you want to deglaze the pan, and what that does is it takes out all the flavor that's cooked at the bottom of the pan and adds it to the soup, right? Or to the sauce. And then what we're going to do is add our squeezed lemon and also our natural yogurt, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze some. You can go right on top and stop the seeds from going in. So then just right on top of that.
How many of these do you put?
You can just put 2 of them,
Okay.
2 slices rather, which is basically
One lemon.
one lemon, because you see we're also going to get a little bit of zing from the natural yogurt. And if you're using maziwa lala pia, hautaki kuweka ndimu mingi, so you just want to make sure that you just put just a little bit. There you go. All right, now we're going to give that a lovely mix, and then at this point is where you want to add your yogurt. Very, very fast. Please pass me the spoon that had our tomatoes. Oops. Thank you. And I'm just going to add 2 heaped tablespoons of that lovely, 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 actually 3 of that lovely yogurt. Go ahead. Here you go. Straight into the pot it goes, and you want to just give that a mix. Now the best part about this is it adds an almost tangy taste to the biryani. So whenever you're having biryani, that's why you have a nice tangy taste. It's because of the yogurt or the maziwa mala that's used, which just adds. She's so serious right now, mixing her biryani. She's just like, I'm gonna be making biryani now at home.
It has to be perfect.
It has to be
I'm a good
perfect.
student.
Yes,
so.
a very, very good student. All right, now what we're
really
gonna
nice.
do,
Love
it looks wonderful, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm just gonna give this a mix. That looks amazing. And what we're gonna do is you can give it a taste to see if you want to add some salt.
Okay.
Let
me use the other hand. This
no
one has
problem.
lemon.
Yes. That's perfectly fine. A little bit more salt. You're good?
I'm good.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a little pinch of salt. And then you want to lower the heat now. Just lower your heat. And then you can add as much chili as you want. So it's up to you depending on how chili you want it, how mild, you know, how hot. Just put as much as you'd like.
This is the moment of truth.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a little bit for just that heat from far. If you don't like chili, what you can do is you can just cut it open and then slide it in there without chopping it into pieces. Then you have less heat in your sauce, okay? All right, now we've lowered the heat. Woo, I'm drooling. It just looks so good, and it's gonna taste so good as well. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna cover this for you. I'll cover mine and I'll cover yours, and we're just gonna let that simmer for a bit longer to tenderize the meat a bit more and to get those flavors completely incorporated. Now we had our rice that was going on for some time. It looks pretty good. Nice. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we've got our food color. Now this part can be tricky. You don't want to overdo it because then all your rice is going to turn into the color that you're coloring it. Okay. So you just want to take a spoon and just spread to some areas, just to some areas, right? And then you want to cover that and let it continue to cook. That's it. Okay. So we're gonna wait for our stew to simmer up completely, get to serving this delicious meal and enjoying, and then she'll tell us if she likes it or not, yes?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it.
You're looking forward to trying it?
Yeah.
All right, now we're gonna go to the kitchen hack segment and we'll be right back.
Hi, this is Chef Bradley, here to show you how to peel a garlic professionally and how to cut and how to store. So the most effective way, which I'd suggest, is by pressing it. Your thumb, use here, slowly, put all your weight there. With your knife and your thumb, hold it, peel, hold it, peel, clean. I prefer peeling the garlic like this because, number one, the skin peels off very easily like that. I get to maintain the shape of the garlic, and then I avoid crushing it so much so that it won't lose its taste. Another way of peeling a single clove of garlic is by holding it, putting it on the chopping board. With your knife, use the base of the knife, place it just once. Very simple, it comes out easy. Another simple way of peeling your only clove of garlic is by placing it on the chopping board. With your knife, use the base, place it, use your arm, the palm, gently. I'm going to show you different ways of cutting garlic and storing it. gently with your finger, index finger, in front, your knife, slowly, very thin slices, okay? Another cut I'm going to show you is the finely chopped, called the brunio cut. So gently, your knife, the garlic facing away from you, do like a very small juliennes, slice it all through, and then slowly with your index finger, careful you don't cut yourself. The other effective way of using or cutting garlic is the most common that we always use at home, is by mashing it. Salt helps it to release the moisture, and it softens it up. So slowly start by mashing it. The disadvantage of this is that it burns off real quick with oil because it's fine. I'm going to show you how to store your garlic paste. So with your oil, you put a sort of 3 to 4 tablespoons like that. Make sure it has covered it. It can stay up to 14 days in the fridge. So slowly close your kiln jar. The kiln jar is good because it's airtight.
Always love the kitchen hacks segment, and a big thanks to the chefs that are able to just show us some of those tricks to be able to use in our own kitchens as well. Now we're done with our biryani.
Yes, we are.
So far, what's the biggest lesson you've learned?
That you shall not add water to your biryani.
Thou shalt never add water to your biryani.
That's a new thing, and I'm glad I learned that.
That's good. All right, and you're happy with the outcome that we have, right?
Yes.
All right, so we had that rice that we covered just to sit in its steam and continue to cook because we didn't use as much water. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're just simply going to fluff the rice, right? Just to make sure that it's nice and fluffy and not ugali. And just fluff it. So you see, you still have, what is it called? The cinnamon sticks, so you also want to take those out, and this is basically the color that you're looking for. You see, it's a little mixture of the orange and the white, but the color that we used was actually brilliant yellow, so it gives it this wonderful color that you get in a biryani. And you want to make sure that you don't serve the whole whole sticks, exactly. So you want to take them off. And I'm going to take some of this. Now this is the best part. You want to add some of the onions to your rice as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes, definitely. Some people add raisins in here as well. I don't know if you've had biryani. Yes, for the sweetness of it. Or you can just go ahead and add the onions, because the onions also do have a sense of sweetness that's just absolutely delicious, okay? Not too much. Just a little bit. Okay, sure. The cinnamon stick. Yeah. Let's get it out. She's being disturbed by this cinnamon stick, so we're going to take that out, and then we're going to get to serving. So I'm going to go ahead first and get just Matt. Please have the plate, and I'm going to ask you to check on your stew, because we'll put a little bit of both. There's no for little bit here. We get a lot of that rice. Lovely. Now you did ask what sort of rice that you can use. You can use basmati rice, pishori rice, but mostly basmati rice is the best, or some biryani rice. They also have that option that you can get from the supermarket, right?
I can see what you meant by the food color just being a little, because you can see so much of that color, yet we put so little. Very little, exactly, precisely. The reason I say that is because I've made the mistake of putting a lot of food color, and then I just had orange rice. So I had to make a different batch of rice that now I mixed with the orange rice so it can look like it, but you don't want to make that same mistake as I have. All right, now go ahead and heap a nice scoop of that lovely sauce that you made. Maybe we can get a little bit of yours, a little bit of mine, so that we can make sure that nobody can tell the difference, because you did exactly as I did. Here you go. Oh, lovely piece. Oh, fantastic. Get a little bit of that sauce. We need some sauce in there. And you can see just how thick and rich it is. Oh,
I can't wait to try this. Can you?
No. Let's get this.
You can get that covered. Fantastic. And what you want to do, I know you want to dig in, but you can go ahead and add just a few pieces of the fried onion just on top. It's okay, you can go ahead and use your hands. You're going to be the one eating it anyway. Just a few more pieces. Fantastic. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. That's okay.
Nice.
That's it. The moment we've all been waiting for. All right, now moment of truth. You've served, you've cooked, you've learned. It's time for you to eat. Please let us know what you think about it and be honest. I like that you're making sure you're getting the meat, you're getting the onions, you're getting the rice.
Not forgetting the chili.
Not forgetting, oh gosh, yes. Why can't I also wait to dig in? I'm just waiting for you so that I can also have some. I love biryani. And I hope you enjoy it as well. What do you think? Did you get a chili? You did? That was all you! That was all you! I just heard the crunch and I'm like, she definitely got a chili. But
I love it. The chili makes the biryani for me.
Yeah.
Like without chili.
Yeah.
I love it. Honestly, I can't believe how tender this mutton is.
Yes.
Is it the meat or is it your supplier?
It must be the supplier. Oh, fantastic. And thank you so much for joining us and for making us teach you how to make biryani. We hope now you can be able to recreate this meal at home easily.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You're most welcome.
I'll definitely do.
Okay, fantastic. And just remember with biryani, you want to make sure it's basically like tumbukiza, but with very, very tasty ingredients. You can literally dump all that into the sufuria and it's just going to be absolutely fantastic. That's it for tonight here on Pishi Boba. I'm Claire Karatu and we have been in the Pneumatic Kitchen on James Gishuru having an absolute blast with their equipment. But make sure you tune in next episode as we show you who will be joining us on set and what it is that we will be making and showing them how to make. Have a lovely time. Bye.